Hi everyone, today I'm joined by Maioro, who is a local sports person. He is a wheelchair basketball player and a motivational speaker and works in the sporting industry. So, welcome. So, thank you for coming.
My pleasure.
So do you want to introduce yourself a bit and tell us about your life and work background?
Yeah, so my name is Maioro. I'm 28 years old. I live in Cambridge. I was born with spina bifida. Come from a big family of 3 older brothers, an older sister and a younger brother. And yeah, that's pretty much me.
So what was your schooling like?
Schooling? In primary school I actually used to go to school just down the road at Knighton. I spent a lot of time in and out of hospital and stuff, so I've I didn't really.
Did you have a little high school kind of stuff?
I was meant to, but I didn't. But yeah, school wasn't really for me. I got a lot of bullying and stuff like that. But then when I went to Peachgrove Intermediate, I had a teacher by the name of Miss Prue who told me to stay in after school because she wanted to talk to me. And I thought, oh man, I'm going to be in trouble for not doing my homework or something. She goes to me that she noticed that I was going home after school and not doing any extracurricular activities, or just going home, doing my homework and watching TV. So she asked me if I wanted to get involved with some kind of sport. And coming from a big family who are really sporty, I had no hesitation in saying yes. And so she made a few phone calls and found out that the Waikato wheelchair rugby team trained on a Wednesday night. So I started training with them after a couple of weeks, and after a year of playing that, I got told that if I wanted to represent New Zealand, I'd have to change my sport because I wasn't disabled enough, and I didn't know anything about that. So I was like, what? How more disabled can I be? I'm in a wheelchair, I can't walk. And then they explained to me that you have to be a quadriplegic, and I'm only a paraplegic. So and then in high school was pretty cool. After a year of playing that and got told that, I got involved with wheelchair basketball and started playing for that after a year of playing for Waikato. I got named in the New Zealand Under-20 team, and I was in that team until I was 20. But when I was at school and I was first named in that team, the school principal announced it at the school assembly, full school assembly, and from that day, the bullying stopped for me. So everyone knew me as the wheelchair basketballer, or
So
guy with the big muscles.
Celebrity.
Kind of, yeah.
That's true. Have you had a lot of opportunities to travel with playing sports?
Yeah, so I've been to Australia a lot of times for wheelchair basketball. But when you're at school and they have a whole full school assembly, full school athletics day, and the whole school's involved. I was at Hillcrest High, and the unit that I was part of, they had their own athletics competition amongst themselves on the same day as the whole school. And I really enjoyed doing that kind of stuff. So I said to the lady organising it, I'd like to get involved with some outside of school, and so she made a few phone calls and found out that there was an athletics coach who is the Paralympics athletics coach, and so I started training up with her, and in 2007 I went to Australia and broke all their Australian under-20 records for shot put, discus and javelin. And then from those throws I went to World Juniors, and I did not too bad for a little Māori boy from Cambridge. I got 2 fourths for discus and javelin and a second for shot put, and yeah, that was over in Dublin. So we went to Hong Kong, London, yeah, on our way over there. So it's pretty cool.
Wow. So you were in Hawaii earlier this year?
Yep. I love Hawaii. Yeah, Hawaii was really cool. And it was actually my first trip to the mainland as well, earlier this year. So we went to LA in Arizona, went to Disneyland. Yeah, it was cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
What sort of stuff did you go on to after high school?
So when I finished 7th form at Hillcrest High, I said to my mum, "Oh, Mum, I don't know what I'm going to do with my life now. I finished school, don't know what to do." And I was really involved with my wheelchair basketball back then, and I had so much passion for sport. She said to me, "Well, why don't you go study some sports science or something?" I was like, "Yeah, okay then." So I went and studied. I did a diploma in sport and recreation and exercise science at Wintec. And yeah, I just loved studying. Social life is so good, and yeah, But while I was studying there, I was approached by a man by the name of Dave McCalman, who at the time worked at Sport Waikato, and he had set up a program, and he needed some assistance for it. So he asked me if I wanted to be involved with this after-school program, and I said yeah, and so I started doing it. It's an after-school program for students with disabilities, so we allow students with intellectual, physical and sensory disabilities to come and be involved with our programs, and they're free.
So what were some of the challenges, I guess, that you faced in terms of disability growing
Well,
up?
my personal experience, I think the biggest barrier is people's perceptions of me. They see me in a wheelchair and think, "Oh, he's in a wheelchair, he can't do such and such." But I love those people because I love to prove them wrong. Yeah.
That's tough. So then next year, what is like one thing you're aiming for?
I'd like to have my own personal business up and running by then. Yeah. In the team building industry. So yeah, I got a few ideas about that.
So what is something that if you tell everyone and everyone understands about your experience of starting with that, what would it be?
Well, I have a quote that I live by every day. I think it's good to share that this time. And that is, dwell less on the disability and focus more on the possibilities. So yeah, I think that sums up your...
Right.
Yeah.
If you could imagine your life without the experience of your punishment, do you think you would be the same person?
Probably not. I'd probably be some naughty person. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what I'd be doing. I probably wouldn't be involved with sport. Put it that way.
Okay, thank you very much for participating in this and sharing your story and all the things you've learned in the process. That's really awesome. Meeting somebody who's sporty, because it's not my interest so much.
Yeah.
I hope anybody who's watching and who might be interested in sports will look you up on Facebook. So
Yeah.
do you want to share your Facebook page?
Yep, so it's just facebook.com/Maioro Barton public figure. And yeah, I'm sure you'll put a link on
Yep.
website.
People will links up on the YouTube page. And yeah, next time you guys are out there surfing the internet, check this guy out. He's pretty awesome. And I will see you